Hi everyone and welcome back to my Canada Immigration Explore YouTube channel. In this video, I would like to talk about best places for newcomers to visit in Canada this spring. Spring is when many newcomers begin to arrive in Canada. The days are becoming longer and warmer, so we can finally say goodbye to the cold Canadian winters. There are many amazing places in Canada to visit this spring where you can take advantage of off-peak hotel and flight prices and the nice weather before it gets too hot. Spring officially starts on May 20th. Canadians celebrate Victoria Day, which this year is on Monday, May 22nd. Victoria Day signifies the beginning of spring and the arrival of nicer weather. Victoria Day is a federal statutory holiday, so consider visiting these places on your long weekend or in the near future. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Vancouver and Tofino, British Columbia. The springtime in Vancouver boasts pink blossom trees scattered across the city, from residential neighborhoods like Strathcona to downtown parks. You can take nice walks around Stanley Park and Granville Island, or take a hike up Grouse Grind, a short but steep hiking trail on Grouse Mountain. Tofino is a coastal area of British Columbia that is amazing in the spring for outdoorsmen. With milder temperatures and fewer tourists, you can explore the Pacific Rim National Park Reserve and its stunning views and vistas. It is also the season for gray whale migration, so you have a chance to catch the whales migrating for summer feeding. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Banff, Alberta. Banff is a town in the Rocky Mountains. It has many good hiking trails like the Fenland Trail, Sundance Canyon and Bow River Trail. If you are not up for hiking, you can take in the views in and around the town. Other options include kayaking Vermilion Lakes or taking the gondola up Sulphur Mountain. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is known for its flat prairie landscapes, thick forests, sand dunes and many lakes. Saskatoon has a very young demographic and is home to award-winning restaurants. In addition, the Meewasin Valley is home to more than 80 kilometers of trails for sightseeing and hiking in the heart of Saskatoon. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Manitoba Provincial Parks. Manitoba, there are many provincial parks situated within 2 hours of Winnipeg, Manitoba's capital city. Whether you want to camp out, spend the day hiking or relaxing at the beach, these parks offer a great place to visit for a weekend. In particular, Birds Hill Provincial Park is one of Manitoba's popular provincial parks, home to the Winnipeg Folk Festival as well as various other entertainment and sporting events. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Toronto, Ontario. In the spring in Toronto, people start finally venturing outside after the cold months. The city puts on a handful of festivals, include the Toronto Storytelling Festival, Inside Out Toronto LGBTQ and Film Festival, Canadian Music Week and the Toronto Jazz Festival. The cherry blossoms also come out in High Park, Centennial Park and on Centre Island. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Quebec City, Quebec. Spring in Quebec means sugaring off, so many Quebecers and tourists will head to sugar shacks to enjoy a hearty meal covered in maple syrup. There are also many Nordic spas in the city and surrounding areas. Relax at retreats in the woods at Siberia Spa or Nordique Spa Stoneham, or enjoy views of the St. Lawrence River from the outdoor baths at Strom Spa Nordique and Spa de Neige. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Bay of Fundy, New Brunswick. Many of the attractions that make New Brunswick a popular tourist destination are related to the Bay of Fundy and the Fundy National Park. With the highest tides in the world, the water has carved a coastline that is marked with dramatic cliffs, sea caves, and rock formations. Along the shore, you can see lighthouses, picturesque fishing villages and, if you are lucky, as many as 12 species of whales. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Halifax, Nova Scotia. Halifax is an Atlantic city that is known for its heritage buildings and striking waterfront. You can visit the seaport's farmers market, one of the oldest in North America. The city has a 3-mile boardwalk that stretches along the water. You can also drive out to Peggy's Cove, which is a fishing village home to Nova Scotia's most famous lighthouse. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Charlottetown is a vibrant coastal city. Lobster season lasts only 2 months in PEI, so foodies should consider visiting the province in the spring. From the beginning of May until June, boats set out early in the day to capture lobster, which is sold to people right at the wharf. You can walk along the Victoria Park boardwalk to take in the harbor views and see historic sites along the way. Now let's talk about next best place for newcomers to visit: St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. St. John is one of the oldest and more easterly cities in North America. Cruise tours offer viewings of marine wildlife and strips of icebergs up close. Come springtime, there are many food, music, and theater festivals. If you are more adventurous, you can also do a kayak tour of the sea caves and coves along the Avalon Peninsula. In the end, I would like to request you please like the video and subscribe Canada Immigration Explore YouTube channel, and also share this video to your friends and family members for Canada immigration updates. Thank you, see you in the next video, take care.